Hello, welcome back. Got some alteration done. Going to try and get straight to Enchantment 6 next. Might be difficult to do that in the short term, but I would like to have Heat from Hell and Rigor Mortis and Relief and those kinds of things. Did some spells, lots of spells, including Dream Horror. No message about being horror marked or anything. I should probably inspect the commander actually, I'll do that. We threw a bunch of summons into Great Woods and took that, and then Russ did actually move into it. So we got to see Russ's army too. I'll go through these one at a time though. First up, we moved into Ras with our vampire friends, so just more of this stuff. I like watching the vampires, they're cool. Nice start. It's a shame these guys are fire vulnerable, because it'd be nice to have them as cavalry in a big battle, but yeah. Thorogotha moving the Beringe into Queen Forest too. So Agartha is still around Russ's territory. It would be nice if he teleported this onto a Russian stack. That would be pretty good. Well, there's that in action anyway. I'll look at all these on the map in a second. Behemoth's Rest next. This is just sieging Russ's outer fort with our line of junk. Seems to be going fine. We usually lose a Hellspawn or two doing this, so lost some corpse constructs this time. But we're now sieging that little fort. And it's, let's see, severely damaged. So probably pretty empty as well. Boar Woods next. This was my full army with Gap. No profit anymore though. Fantastic. How are you doing, Gap? Got 1 point of experience. I hope he gets in the Hall of Fame. Damn, rocking 33 protection over here. Cool stuff. Great Woods. So we saw Russ's army moving up. I don't think that this is too threatening for us. That's my initial assessment, but I could be wrong. We have a bunch of stuff, some summons that do fire damage, so that's instantly not interesting. We have more summons that do quite a lot of attacks, and then some fire breath. I remember in the conceptual balance mod for Dominions 3, the endgame for fire was you just summon tons of Zmei. Am I remembering that correctly? But they were like at Conjuration 9 and they were like super buff. I think so. That's irrelevant though. We've got some basic units as well. These guys are not going to do anything. They'll get shredded by fire damage. These guys are a bit more interesting, but it's the same sort of stuff. There's some berserking units in here as well. And the sacreds. Russ's Bless is just flaming weapons and regen. Flaming weapons, again, does nothing to us. And the regen is interesting, but I don't know if that's going to be a problem. These are berserking units, so they're not going to rout, which is good and bad. There's some non-sacred berserkers in here too. We have lots of mages at the back that are also kind of confusing to me because could these possibly do anything that would hurt us if they're just fire mages? Lots of fire gems. Some nature mages too, so I assume we'll see Howl and stuff. And there's this interesting mage. But again, I struggle to, like, what could they possibly do? There's another big mage like that. Yeah, there's big astral mages. We have Counter Nina, who has pearls. She masters a communion, and then there's another one, Counter Anna, who also masters a communion. I'm not sure what they'll do exactly, but a bit different. And then the god. The god might actually be a problem. So this is a very geared pretender who has 40% regen after casting buffs. So she'll be pretty hard to kill. She has 24 magic resistance, which is not ideal either. Doesn't have any shock res, but that doesn't really help us very much. We have some storm demons, but there's like, what, 6 of them? 16 fire res and 33 poison res. She's also hard to get into melee with on a thug, because she has a serpent cris, which is going to insta-gib people. Although her attack isn't great, I suppose, and it's length 1. I don't know. She's kind of hard to deal with. I think the easiest way to deal with her would just be to fatigue her out, though. That applies to most of this army, though. I think if we put up heat from hell and rigor mortis, doesn't this army just fall over? Helps if we tip the scales towards heat as well. Yeah, but this god doesn't have any reinvigoration, nor does she have earth magic. So there's that army. I think we can probably fight that pretty easily, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There's the god flying around chopping things up. How do you look when you're buffed? Anything particularly different? Not really, she's enlarged herself and she has fire shield and such. And yeah, 40% regen. I don't know. Doesn't look too threatening yet, but we'll see. We also attacked the fortress in Belfield. We were expecting this to be quite empty, and it is quite empty. That reminds me as well, I was wondering if Ross was going to have magic weapons, which would, like, make the Smoldigus really bad. They don't, though. They have flaming weapons. The fire effect will go through ethereality, but we have 25 fire res, so who cares? We struggled to kill the firebirds for a second because they have fire res. But, then everything just blows up. I was inspecting the communion a bit. We do cast some spells in this. I learned a couple of things. I learned that if you have a mage scripted to cast nothing but reinvigoration, and they hit 0 fatigue, they stop casting reinvigoration, which is not good. I wanted them to just keep spamming it, because this guy starts casting invuln, which is not good. And this communion is a bit light on slaves for what it's doing. This guy ended on 61 fatigue. I guess it's in cold, though. And the only thing the master cast was Sanguine Protection. So could do with some more communion slaves. Or some heat scales, either. Says Battlefield, lost 7 more Hellspawn. It's such a shame that these things die so easily, because they do so much damage on the first round. But there we go. We have another fortress, and burn down a temple too. We did catch about 150 blood slaves this turn, and then we got 56 from the vortex, so that's quite nice. Sarrow, we got 2. I've never seen a smaller version of this event. This is the peddler peddling his wares event. 2 gems, that's it. It's pretty funny. Akina Oral, we got a little bit of gold. Worldwide event, we summoned Mabakiel with Heliophagus. It's a bit annoying, actually. He's just diseasing everything in the province and diseased everything in the world. And did some patrolling. What did I say I was going to look at? Dream Horror Guy? Go-to Commander. Did you get horror marked? No. He's fine. So I can see in Rust as an event, horrible dreams of vivisections and children flayed by their mothers are afflicting the population. Fear of a horror infestation is causing widespread panic. So we've got Sweaty Gamer with his BBC, and now we have a Father of Dreams in the province, so Russ is a nice place to live right now. We also summoned Mabakiel. Here he is. Not sure what to do with this guy, because you can't really put him with an army because he's a Reaper. So this kills 5% of the population, I think that means, and then also spreads diseases. It's kind of annoying. He's invisible, though, in addition to being stealthy. So I thought a cool use for him might be to just turn him into an assassin. So I'm forging him a Black Heart and such this turn. A Black Heart and an Imp contract. And then I'm also giving him a Black Bow of Botolf. I thought maybe he could get into an assassination with Ross's god and just feeble-mind it. That would be pretty funny. I'm not sure, but I'm going to turn him into some kind of assassin anyway. That seems like the best use for him I can think of. I'm not sure. We'll give it a shot. There's him anyway. And that's it for messages and stuff, and here's the map now. Yeah, so we took Ras, Woods, was sieging Behemoth's Rest, almost open already. Took Belfields, and here's the Rust stack with Ross's god. So I'll start here. A lot of these commanders are just mages. In fact, I think all of the commanders are mages, right? Yeah, there's no melee anything. So since we have the assassins here, they're just all going to assassinate. I think we'll kill some stuff. We wouldn't kill the god, but besides that, you know, we can kill some of this other stuff. I think. Should be fine. So we've got 4 assassins. Hopefully we kill 4 things. That would be nice. Over here we're going to take Sitala next for the vampires, and this is almost open, so I'm going to move Gap and his high quality stuff over towards here as well. We'll just converge onto Behemoths and storm that and take it, I think. That should be okay. I think I can storm just with Angrod this turn, or next turn. And then if it goes wrong, I think Gap and the vampires can take it the turn after, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. I don't really mind losing this stuff, it's nothing important. And it would be nice to wrap up taking another fort pretty quickly, right? Everything else is just sitting still for a second. We'll try and get some research done and push some Dominion down. So building a temple, everyone else is preaching. I'll start blood sacking here as soon as I can as well. Guy in my cap is just casting Breath of the Desert on Belfields now to turn this to heat. And we'll see what this stack does, right? Because if I was in Russ's position now, I'd just move everything to Melmo. And I'd be like, alright, I've been screwed. Need to defend my throne so that I still have a way to win. But not everyone would do that. Some people would just want to take their cap and just fight me now, because they think I'm like the primary guy who's ruined their game. Some people just behave randomly, you never know. So we'll just sit still for a second and we'll see what Russ does with this stack. It's very tempting to move everything I have to boards and do a defense here. The only reason I'm not doing that is because I'm slightly concerned that if we have to fight everything we just saw plus every single thing in Russ, maybe he does some crazy magic stuff that owns us. Not sure. So I'm just going to sit for a turn and just see what Russ does. I think that's okay. We're still up, no matter what happens. So I'm fine doing that. But I do think we could potentially just move everything to boards and just have a defense. Might regret not doing that, but we'll see. Especially since I might kneecap his army doing Assassination. For all I know, these mages are leading units, because they're actually pretty good leaders, I think, some of them. Is it these guys? Yeah, all of these have 90 leadership. I don't know, it might be a pretty good time to do a defense, but I don't know, I'm just slightly nervous. There's like devils in here and stuff. Who knows what weird stuff is going on if this comes out as well. I'll just wait. Not doing much big summoning at the moment. I'm doing like the little stuff. We're doing like Demon Knights and Frost Fiends. But most of my blood saves are being sent on more blood items this turn, so making a lifelong protection and a black heart for Babakiel. Forging 2 brazen vessels and a bunch more blood boosters. We can set up some blood 5 mages over here soon. So I think I'm going to transition to just having a bunch of 5 gates casters over here, doing that every turn, instead of just like slowly lugging like individual demons down, which is still happening by the way. Like this guy's moving more demons down, and in this province we have this guy moving demons down, and in this province we have probably someone else. Maybe not. But yeah, I think we'll move to have 5 gates casters over here instead. That'd be better. So I just need the boosters for that. Yeah, this is the B5 mage, the B3 mage who has 2 boosters currently. And then here's the other B3 mage almost here too. So there'll be the 2 5 gates casters over here. I did decide to do 1 round of Infernal Breeding over here with a Warlock, who do have like a small crossbeating bonus, because so why not? Just to get like a little bit more chaff over here. Why not? I think that's it for this turn though, because there's nothing else really important happening back here. It's just more Blood Hunters moving around. We have blood hunting going on in Comsath now. I didn't give you a thing. He has a thing now. There's some blood hunters almost to Ionia. There's more going to Pantos. Yeah, they're almost arriving. Like this guy's almost arrived. So more stuff is getting set up. Just gonna need more patrollers. I think there's like 3 more provinces planned to get started. So we should be hitting 200 slaves plus Blood Vortex pretty soon. So our economy is a bit slow to hit that point, but you know, we're still doing okay, I think. That's the turn though. So that was turn 55, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. Got lots more enchantment done. We're doing quite a lot of research as well, so we should hit Rigor Mortis and Heat from Hell in 2 turns. So not too bad. We'll just pick up the last 2 kind of side projects then, and then I'll just go and try and get Blood 9. Lots of spells as usual. We found a magic site in Solian. I put some boosters on Bifrons and searched for Water and Astral, because I realized it hadn't been searched properly for those. We got a Rain Ridge. That's a Water Gem and an Air Gem. They're pretty nice. And I think this is Femoria put up the Death Global, Well of Misery, which is interesting. So they get 21 Death Gems per turn now. That fills up the global list, but I'm pretty sure we could easily knock stuff out with Blood Globals, since they're so easy to overcast. But we'll see. Got some Blood Slaves. The Vortex also gave us 71 Blood Slaves this turn, so that was a really good turn. Did a bunch of assassinations then against Russ. So, Daughter of Sun died pretty easily. Russian Wizard, died pretty easily. Casimir, another Russian Wizard, died pretty easily. And then one of these big Astral Communion leaders who was carrying gems, we had an assassination against one of those too. So this is Counter Anna, carrying a bunch of pearls. This is just such a clowny fight. Just check this out. This is just a pretty regular mage. She does have a broadsword and good combat stats. But we miss on the first round. She does personal luck. Mind burns our Twist Fate off. He hits her once, she's poisoned, but she's got regen. Gotta say, I think it's pretty pathetic that our assassin can't kill this person. Very long fight. Ends with the explosion killing her. So we did eventually kill her, but yeah. Pretty funny battle. Saw some battles then, saw Russ taking a province off Gartha. I'll look at the map in a second, it's interesting. And the vampires took Sitala. Events, we got, did Breath of the Desert on our own fort. Yellow Mountains, we got some Earth Gems. Sitala, we found some Iron Ore. It's 40 resources, not too useful. And so on. Behemoth's Wrath is open. So, the big army that was in Great Woods seems to have split. Some of its stuffs went to Bakar, some went to Queen Forest to take that province off Agartha. So here's half of Russ's army now with his god. He did lose some mages in Great Woods, but that suggests he's ignoring his cap and prioritizing holding this stuff, which is very interesting. It does mean we should probably try and grab Russ's cap pretty quickly, so that's going to be next on the agenda. We'll see though. He might move this backwards now, towards here. He might have been trying to catch Gotha's Beringe. Actually, I can't see the Beringe. How... If it was here last turn, did it die? Or because it can't have gone anywhere here. This is all Machaka's territory. I'm not sure. I wonder if it died somewhere. Bit confusing. I don't know where that's gone. But, well, anyway, I think maybe Russ is going to just hold on to his throne. So, a couple of movements this turn. First up, some stuff is moving onto Russ's cap, and the BVC is moving off it, since I don't want to disease my own stuff, because I am moving a big mage, who would get diseased. Everything else I think is just demon or undead, or maybe I just shouldn't bring the mage and just leave the BVC there, I don't know. I'm going to move the BVC to this province though, because if this stuff starts coming up, it'll at least get diseased maybe. So we're dumping all of this stuff on Russ's cap this turn, bunch of devils and smolder ghosts. I'm not sure how much siege strength this is exactly, because you can't see on the Y screen. But it would be cool if we broke it open immediately. Rest of the army is going to Borewoods, so this will be a bit longer getting there. But they'll merge up, then we'll storm. Well, I might scout it first, just to see exactly what's here. But that'll be the plan. Depends what Russ does though. If Russ starts moving back, maybe I'll chicken out for a bit. I'll wait until conditions are most advantageous for us. But that's what we'll try and do over here. Not just going to storm this yet. I said I would, but Wait, I did script storm. Do I want to do this or not? I'm not sure. I feel like we might lose if there's any units inside this. Maybe I'll just wait a turn on storming this, actually. Let's just maintain siege. I'm bringing Gap and the high quality stuff over. These guys together can storm, I think. That's fine. I think we have time over here. That's okay. Belfields, we're doing some stuff, I think. Or is all of this moving? Okay, all of this is moving. But I'm moving an H3 into Belfield. In fact, it might be my Prophet. Yeah, my Prophet's going to move to Belfields to Bloodsack here. And we've still got an Holy 3 here, Bloodsacking too. So we'll be Bloodsacking out of both of these provinces with H3s, and my Prophet is going to be here too. So we'll try pushing in Dominion. Also doing Breath of the Desert on Russ's Cap this turn as well. So that's all going on over here. And I've got 2 casters now who are Blood 5, both of whom are doing Ritual of 5 Gates. So we're doing 10 demons a turn out of Hogoria now, plus 5 Smolder Ghosts. So that's all pretty good. I'm also going to take a moment to forge another Skull Staff this turn, so that the Communion leaders can do Rigor Mortis a bit more easily. Doing Call of the Wilds on Great Woods again, just in case we can get that for free. And I think that's all of the stuff going on in this part of the world. Assassins are moving to Rust to start assassinating there next, though. So that all looks pretty good. Still moving stuff over towards Hogoria from Solian. So I think there's still, yeah, there's lots more stuff coming over. Might stop that now. Now that we've got 5 gates going off here, that's probably okay. Up in Solian now, it's less pressing to do demon stuff. So I'm going to just summon a ton of junk over here. I'm just going to summon, so I've got Malphas doing Infernal Breeding, my god doing Improved Crossbreeding, and Koskon down here, who should not be holding that anymore, is doing... Right, set this up monthly again. So it's Infernal Breeding plus Improved Crossbreeding plus Revive King. This will produce a ton of junk, and it can start patrolling all these other provinces that we're going to be blood hunting. So that's fine for now. And the remaining red arrows, I think, are still just blood hunters moving over. We've got some over here now. There'll be some arriving here soon. Yep. Some arriving in Pantos soon. I think we might actually have one here now. Yep. So lots more blood hunting going on in Saro's territory. That's all good. And that is more or less it for this turn. Last little interesting thing I'm doing is Bifron's here. He's going to forge an item I've never forged before. He's forging a Crown of the Magi for my Communion leader. This item. So this is a cool item that gives you fast casting. Since our Communion is mostly just casting big battlefield-wide spells, mostly buffs, I thought having fast casting on the caster would be pretty good. I've never made an item like this before. It's 25 pearls and 10 water. It's pretty expensive. Seems pretty cool though. So the Communion leader is like sitting still in Belfields for a turn. He's the only guy not moving. He's just waiting. So he's going to get a Crown of the Magi to go on his head. Oh, I will also mention Malphas though. Right, not Malphas, Mabakiel. So here's what Mabakiel looks like now. He has the Black Heart, which lets him become an assassin. That's pretty cool. So we now have this guy as an assassin. He has a lifelong protection, which generates 2 imps every turn in combat. The JBBM balance mode really nerfs retinue items for use by assassins. You can see it's decreasing his attack skill and his stealth. But I'm giving him a Ranger's Cloak, which boosts his stealth, so that kind of is fine. And Mabakiel himself has invisibility, so he's actually really difficult to patrol out anyway. And he has a Black Bow of Botolf, which feeble minds people, and this does not take his other weapons from him. So he still has a Bane Blade and a Barbed Tail in combat in melee. So he's pretty sick already. The last piece of gear he needs that really completes this is a Spirit Helmet, but I can't make those. Spirit Helmet will just cast Lightning Bolt every turn, which would be pretty good against most things, but especially against Russ's God that currently has no lightning resist. So I asked for Moria if they would make one for me. I'd buy it off them. They didn't even reply, which is not a good sign, because they've talked to me quite a bit in this game. So I'm going to buy one off of Gartha instead. So Mabakiel's just hanging out at the moment. Till I get that. But he'll be a pretty brutal assassin, I think. Not sure what else to do with him. I mean, we have so much blood and death already that he's not terribly interesting to us for that reason. But I think having a brutal assassin with Reaper and Disease Spreader that can sit in provinces, that's probably pretty good, right? I think that's a nice use for him. I guess we'll see, though. That's the turn for now. So that was turn 56. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.